I would do this at this pace. Where have you got to be? Just hang out and build stuff. I don't know how many times I've started this over and I'm done. I am not starting things over anymore. I'm just going to run through things. I'm finally going to do application videos, which is something I've wanted to do forever. And they're not going to be in the clinical style that the lessons are, where it's 1.0. Oh, I don't have you on the full screen. I was supposed to start with this screen, but I'm not starting over. I'm not doing it. Anyway, I want to do application videos, and I was watching YouTube today, and I'm watching this guy's lessons, and they're so good. And I want to show how these tools, my tools for Music Labs, can apply to these guys' lessons, because they're the music teachers. I am not. I am a guitar player that is mediocre at best, but wanted to learn theory and built these tools thinking if they can teach me, they can teach anybody. And that's the honest truth. Why did I bring that up? It doesn't matter. So this is a long video, and I just want to warn you. So just sit back and relax and follow this journey with me. And if you like any of these products, go to musiclabs.ca, sign up to the email list for Kickstarter kind of news. And yeah, that'd be great. We're going to look at Mr. Elmore's Music Lab, and he's cool just because this is Music Lab and I'm Music Labs 234. So yeah, he's cool. Anyway, Mr. Elmore. Let's flip to the tools. We know we've got a blank fretboard escalator. We've got circle fifth style and chordally generator. Blah, blah, doesn't matter. Here's Mr. Elmore's video down here, and we're gonna hit play.
On that note.
So you can.
There we go. All right, so this is gonna be long, so stick with me, okay?
Whoa, okay. G major. He's popped up G major. G Ionian is major, right? That's the first one, the one chord. That's what he said. Let's build it on the fretboard escalator, and we're going to turn the dial. The circle fifth dial is already on G major. Imagine that. I've watched the video before. I'm going to say that you've got a G, right? He's got a G on the third fret. On fretboard escalator tells us it's a G. You should know it's a G. This version of the fretboard escalator is obsolete. The new one, you won't have, it'll be better. I can't say anything other than it will be better. So put it down here. Well, okay, yeah, okay. E, A, D, G, B, E. You should know that, or don't bother with this lesson. Honestly, if you don't know that off by heart and you're not using acronyms like Eddie 8, Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie, then just stop it. Just get it in your head. You're not going to sit there with Eddie, E-A-D, G-B-E, right? Great. Okay. He is in the key of G. G, you can see. Well, I can see. Hopefully you can see. The root is G, right? So we're going to put a 1 where the G is, because like you said, that's the 1. It's the 1 of the scale. It's the 1 in the chord progression. Okay, and now we're going to use some of our skills that we learned in my other videos, and I'm sure a million other videos out there, and we're going to figure out the rest of the scale. So let's say we're going to get the whole scale. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And then back to 1. Should we remember a couple of things? There's a half step between 3 and 4 and 7 and 1, right? Let's just remember that. So this is the 1. Where would our 2 go? We're going to grab a 2 peg. I'm going to say the 2, there's a whole step between 1 and 2, right? Whole step between 1 and 2. That's an easy way to do it. I can look at the 2 and I look at his chart. Yeah, it's an A. Okay, that's easy, right? Okay, now there's going to be a 3. I'm going to grab myself a 3. So the C is underneath the G, right? So what would be underneath? And the reason I'm saying let's look at the shape now is because I'm going to teach you how to build the shape. So that there's a note underneath here. The C is underneath the G, right? And because we know the guitar is tuned in fourths, the number underneath here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Always underneath the 1, there's going to be a 4. Unless, of course, you cross from G to B. Let's not worry about that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guitar is tuned in fourths. So underneath the 1 is a 4. So we can put a 4 there. What's a 4 mean to you? Well, a 4 is a fourth in the scale. So we're following the outside of the circle of fifth style. Oh no! Battery. Exhausted. It's exhausted. Been working hard, that battery. He's exhausted. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, we're back. Okay, what's underneath the 1 is a 4, right? Well, what's a 4? In the major scale, on the circle of fifth style, we follow the outside set of Roman numerals, and where's the 4? It's a C. C, just like his chart. So we can build that shape by continuing to do that. Well, what's beside the 4? We have a half step list to follow, and that's a 3. Between 3 and 4, half step. Between B and C, half step. Right? Between 7 and 1, half step. That's what's after the 4. We know it's another whole step because it's not part of our half step list. We can get our 5 here. And we can just bounce around learning stuff about a fretboard. The 5 is a D. I can think about how would I find that to be a D. That could be you could fall on the A string, right? You'd open A, and then B, and then C, because B and C, half step list. And then D, well, of course, the D is there, and you look at his diagram, D. Great. So I'm doing intervals, and he's doing letters. I think you got that part. Let's build out the rest. Okay, so we'll go by shape. She says there's a note underneath the 3. So we can go 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 4th away. 6. 6 should be up there. Okay, where this doesn't work is from the 4. I'm going to throw it out right now. If I wanted to know what was down here from the 4, I can't go 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's not a 7. It's the only one. Don't ask why. Just do it. Just for now, do it. Who cares? Move the 7 over. So if I were to say, where's my 7? I'd go 4, 5, 6, 7, right? That's the 7 I have to place. But because of that rule, the 4, you're not allowed to do it with the 4. You have to move it 1/2 step over. And that's F sharp on his diagram. Follow from here is D, E, right? F sharp. Okay? E and F, half step list. If you don't know what I'm talking about, my half step list, you have to watch my other videos, or I'll take 2 seconds to explain it here. Count to 7, between 3 and 4 is a half step, between 7 and 1 is a half step. Alphabet to G, between B and C is a half step, between E and F is a half step. Half step. Okay, so that's it. That's all you got to know. Now we're back to 1 here. And let's see. Oh, we're back to G on his. G is a 1. Okay, we're tying all these things together. And if it takes you, like this is, I would do this at this pace. Where have you got to be? Just hang out and build stuff. And if you think you're not taking this in mentally while you're doing this, you're crazy. This is solidifying the understanding. And it's easy. You can do it over coffee in the morning. Go camping and do it when no one wants to hear you playing wagon wheel again, right? That you can still practice. Oh my God. Wagon wheel's awesome. Okay, so we built it. Yeah, it is the G Ionian mode. I don't know if I can go through this whole video because he gets complex later. No, this is a different one I'm thinking of. He goes through all the modes. We might get through the whole video. Yeah. Okay, let's go. I'm going to hit play. Stop talking.
The major chord. I'm going to put the G's in red.
Major chord.
So you're always aware where home base is. Let's think of it like...
Okay, I'm going to stop. He just said it was a major chord. Awesome, because he's smart and he knows, but the 1 chord is a major chord. And if it was a 2 chord, it would be a minor chord. So the majors are all up here and the minors are over here. I have a feeling he's going to get to that when he gets to the next mode, which would be A. A minor is the 2. Because anyway, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself, I think. I've only watched a bit of this
Everyone
the
gets
first time.
so confused on modes, right? Modes are just different flavors, different starting points, all the same notes in that major scale, which is why I wrote...
Yeah, to me, that's still crazy and weird. I know it's true, but it just... Your brain's weird, hey? It gets tricked. Because I'm learning while I'm watching. Just like you. That's cool.
Okay, that was almost a musical exercise itself. Boom, let's go to the next mode, okay?
Okay.
Dorian, don't be afraid of Dorian. Let's chase...
Dorian. Why would I be afraid of Dorian? It does sound kind of scary. Dorian. Have you seen Dorian? No. Okay. 2. The A is a 2. It's right. Okay. Cool. And A, Dorian. The A is a 2. Now where was I going with that? Actually, no, let's not watch his diagram as much. Now we're going to say, well, there's some major note after the 2 to follow the major scale. And that's going to be a whole step, right? So the 3 Must be a whole step away from the 2. You may notice some of these are blue. So I've just got the 1, 3s, and the 5s as blue. You know why. Come on. Okay. If you don't, you'll learn. It's easy, but we'll talk about that later. We'll get the 3, right? And is there a whole step or a half step after the 3? 3 and 4, half step list. Yes, it's a half step. Okay, perfect. Go down to the next string. We got a 5. A whole step between 5 and 6. Okay, I don't need to sit and review this quite so slowly anymore now, right? So now underneath the 6, there's something there that we're missing, right? To finish his scale. So 6, 7, 1, 2, it's a 4. Is underneath the 6 a 4? It is. Okay. And what's a 4? Let's check our work. What's a 4? We're down to the 4. And the 4 is a C. Oh, okay. Has he got a C? No. What the hell? Grab the wrong one. 6, 7, 1, 2. Oh my God. 2. Where did I grab that 4 from? I must have got it out of the wrong pile. Her brain is not working. Obviously, it's a 2. There's a 1 right beside it. The G, right? And now you go, oh, right. Oh, and there's another one here. And if you've ever done the 2 frets down, 2 over, there's your octave, right? If you've ever done that to find your octave, that's a G, that's a G. Look at his diagram. There's a G. Okay, after the G is an A. The 2 is an A, G, A. So if I were over top my 3rd dot, which is A here, well, that's interesting, right? I just find all that stuff super interesting. So A's here, right? A's here. Okay, do we see? Now we start to see those patterns that we talked about. 2 down, 2 over when you go this way. Okay, that's a whole other thing right there. Do we have his pattern covered? Yes, we do. Now let's just cover up his first mode. We take these few notes away here from the first mode, Ionian. God, I don't know my note mode names. Then we have Dorian. Okay, so do what he says. Play there. Now you're starting on the 2. That's what he says. You start on the 2 for Dorian. And this is A Dorian. Okay. All right. I'm learning. Can be taught. Can be taught. Okay. Let's go. Let's go, Mr. Elmore. You're doing a good job. I don't know what the next mode is.
Why? Because the 2 chord is always minor in a major scale. Always. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. The 2 chord. The 2 here is a minor. Lowercase Roman numeral. 2 minor. Got it. Okay. Well, we could put a 2 up over here. Let's just start filling this thing up for fun. Why not? We got it. That's 2 chord. What the hell does that mean? Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later, or maybe it'll come up in his video. I don't know. We got a 2 chord. We got a 1 chord, and we got a 2 chord. Okay? That's pretty cool, right? Remember I talked about the 1, 3, 5 are important? Well, for that chord and the key, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5 is important. I don't know. He should talk, not me.
Just use the major scale as your blueprint, and you'll be ahead of almost every guitar player that doesn't know this stuff. Okay? So A, B, D, double first, and play A minor bar chord. That's
A
so
minor. Why? And I was looking at this going A minor. My brain just, when you shift up and keep the key and the intervals the same, you end up playing all the chords, major and minor, automatically from the major scale. It is in one of my other videos too, but I love to see it take shape in what he's showing, because I look at that and I say, if I played an A minor there, I would be hitting those notes. Yeah, it's perfect, right? Okay, let him speak. Oh my God, this video, I haven't even gone hardly any way through it.
Okay. And I really wanted to play acoustic because at the end, when I show you the jam, it's just so organic. There's something
awesome.
amazing about just taking an acoustic unplugged.
Okay. Let's zip up to the next one. B Phrygian, because look, there's a B there. I don't know if you can see my cursor. Doesn't matter. You can see it down here. Okay. Where's our B? 3? The 3 is a B. Wouldn't it be weird if the 3 wasn't a B here? That'd be, so 1, 2, 3. And you want to count around here easy, you just skip 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So you don't have to hunt. Okay, so 3, B. 3 is a B. B is 3 on him. Boom, we're good. We're above the dot here. B. And then I always find it weird. I want a dot where C is, but I didn't start building guitars, I guess, back then. I had to make the decision. I wasn't on the panel. I wasn't on the board of dot placing directors when they decided, okay, are we still recording? Yes, good. Okay, so let's build this. Okay, we're at B and C, half step, right? C to D or whole step away from 4 is 5. Make sure get the right number. 5. 5 is D. Is 5 D up here? It is. Cool. We're learning. Okay, 5. Okay, underneath the 4, remember, the 4 does not work very well. So let's be careful. 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Now we take that 7. I need to get myself a 7. I'm all over the place for finding my numbers. Would the 7 be there? No, because the little rule with the 4 is you got to go 1/2 step further. Why, Steve? I don't know. Don't even worry about it. It just doesn't work. So, and between 6 and 7 is a whole step. So it works now, right? Okay. Now what is 7? 7 is down here. 5 plus 2, Roman numeral 7. F sharp. 7. F sharp is his F sharp. Did you screw it up again? No, it's F sharp. See? There we go. Cool. Cool. All right. And then back to 1 is a half step. Oh, I'm going to check, see, is my audio working? Oh, I'd be mad. I did so many and the audio wasn't working. It's just been one of those crazy nights. Okay. And then below 7. 7. 1, 2, 3. All right. It's a 3. Why am I counting with my fingers? I have no idea. And what's a 3 on the circle of fifth style? It's a B. Is it underneath his F sharp a B? It is. All right. Okay. We got another mode. And I think I cover up to what here? Oh, here. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay. And this is 3. Phrygian is the B, is B. Okay. And 3. Awesome. 3 is also a minor chord. 3 is minor, right? So if you were to play this, you would have to make a minor bar, like a bar chord shape there. And that makes sense. It does. It makes sense. Okay, let's keep going. What's he on next? We're getting through all these modes. I'm filled up my fretboard escalator. I'm gonna
minor. The third chord is a minor chord. B minor. Okay, so B Phrygian. B C D E F sharp G A B. There's your G right there again.
Cool. We got that part.
I need full bass. I need 3. The G tree is always red. B C D E F sharp G A B. Play it backwards. Modes on suspenseful. Lydian. Oh, you're
Lydian.
so hopeful,
Okay.
Lydian.
What are we at?
That is the
C.
4 chord.
Lydian. C. 4. C. 4. Okay. Why am I doing that? We're going to do this shape. Okay. 4 to 5 is a whole step. We already got it. And then we've got, however we want to do this to count down, but we've got the F sharp that we had in from before. We've got the G, which is a root. Underneath, we've got the 3rd, which is 1 down and back to the left, but we're missing that 4th. That's C. So let's get a 4. 3 and 4 is a half step, and then we'll cover up everything else so you could practice. Why do I have a 3 here? Oh, you don't include the 3 when you start on the 4. Because if you started on the 3, then that would not be Lydian, right? Silly. We have to start on the 4. So we got to get rid of that 3. Huh? See? You realize these things while you do it. Cover that up. There you go. Practice that pattern. See how they're all tying together in your brain, maybe? And then when you're done, you can practice them just by looking at it, looking down at this, and you can turn your phone off. But no, don't turn off your phone. What if your wife texts you? Okay.
Chord, okay? There's a C major bar chord. Run the scales. D, D, F sharp,
C major. Whoa.
Make music.
Let's go back. Let's hold for a second there. Oh,
I'm giving
I didn't just.
you the keys.
Whoops. Oh my goodness.
I'm giving you the information.
What happened then? That was silly, but I was trying not to pause him in an awkward place. Okay, C Lydian, and he was saying that C is major. It's back to major, so you can see C is major here on the 4, and that was, we were working on the 4. We're working on the 4th. The 4th mode. I don't remember these names. We're all learning at different stages, and I am oddly enough
do a little lick
behind a lot of areas.
Now make it musical like this.
But I'm enjoying it. Oh, we're at Mixolydian. Anyway, this mode, it seemed to be one of my more favorite ones that when I jam along with certain tracks. Mixolydian is kind of cool. So we're looking for the 1 we can see right here. See, he's got G. You might not be able to see that, but there's a G here as the 1. So we can use that G to find the rest of his shape on his screen there, right? So between G and A is a whole step, and between 1 and 2 is a whole step. So let's just drop these in. And we could just blast these in, but it's really not going to help you. What would help you is to actually sit and talk out loud like I am, and do it and talk out loud like you're explaining it to a friend, because that's the best way to learn, is to take it and explain it to someone else, because you'll know immediately what you don't know, because you'll immediately get stuck and go, I'm not sure about that. Okay, between 5 and 6 is a whole step. I need a 6. Grab myself a 6. Okay, and it is also an E for the 6 and an A for the 2. Let's just have some fun. E6, A2. Yeah, that's cool. Everything works, right? Circle of fifths, amazing. 5. 5 is under the 2. And what's the 5 here? It's a D.
It's a fifth mode. Look, what do you see? All the notes are the same. We just started from D. Boom, I told you this is going to be long, but I promise you, just keep watching.
Mine's long too, buddy.
Get the charts.
Aeolian. Okay, Aeolian. Yay. Yeah, that's a good pose to stop you at. Aeolian, the 6th mode, the minor mode, right? It's if you start on the 6th, then you have a minor scale. But everything's based off the major scale, even the minor scale, which I thought was pretty cool. Who'd have known? We are going to do this one. So E, F sharp, G. So E is our 6, right? Remember our 6? Where did our 6 go? There it is. It's E. Okay. Now everything off the right repeats on the left, just like on your guitar. So we're going to do the same on the fretboard escalator. I could stick another fretboard escalator on here, but we're going to learn and understand, and you're going to push your brain's boundaries into flipping everything over onto this side. Okay? Or I'm going to push my brain's boundaries is probably the truth of it. So we have a whole step from 6 to 7, right? It's not on our half step list. So we're going to grab a 7. Grab a 7. And we're going to come off back on this side, and a whole step away would be here. And it checks out because between 7 and 1 is a whole step. So on the E string, we have just built the entire major scale by watching him put the modes together. And the easy way to check is do I have a whole step between all intervals except for 3 and 4 and 7, 1? So 1, 2, 3, 4, half step, 5, 6, 7, 1, half step. So that must be correct. We know that for a fact. Let's do the next line down. He has got, let's finish this one. So that, 7, 1, we did finish. Perfect. Okay. On the A string, we have a 2 as an A, and we go from a 2 to 3 is a whole step. So grab myself a 3. A whole step from 2 is going to come on to here. You need to skip this one, and I already got a 3 there. Boom. Wonderful. Okay. And then if we look at his chart, let's just kind of follow along with him. We got B to C, which is 3 to 4, right? B to C, and they're half steps. And then from 5 to 6 is a whole step, and that's done. And then it's another whole step after that. So that's why there's a space here, right? So everywhere you see a space, that's a whole step, right? No space, half step. If you got this far in the video and you don't know that, then that's awesome, because wow, I would not have stuck it out. But what is he talking about? Okay, that is, what was that? Aeolian, of course, was the one I wanted to talk about so badly.
Big note. F sharp Locrian.
F sharp Locrian.
The minor 7 flat.
So are we just going to go over top what we just did? What do you want to bet? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, yeah, of course, one of the modes actually spans, just like if we were shifting our pentatonics down, a mode is going to span halfway across. So we're not going to have to put any pegs in. All we would have to do is practice that. And when you practice that, let's say from this side to the left, these are your open strings on the left. So you could play open string 2, 3, open string 2, 3, open string 2, because these are all, they have a pin in them, right? So it means you can play them, part of the scale. So yeah, cool. And then let's just see which one he's working on lining up here. F sharp Locrian. So if we find our 1, which is this one here, right? You have to start on the 7. It's not a we're here, but we started on the 1. My goodness. Your brain wants to start on the 1. But when you start on 7, you're off to the races and you skip the 1 at the end. Right? Start on the 7, finish on the 7. That's what gives it that sound. If you started on the 7 and finished on the 1, your brain would probably be so drawn to that 1 that it would think that you're back in the Dorian mode. My God, I think I might actually be starting to get this. And I'm not acting. I swear, I have never done this. I've never tried to get the modes because, man, my brain just couldn't get it. But it might be. It might be. Thank you, Mr. Elmore's Music Lab. Let's go.
5. But
how many? There can't be any more modes. I'm gonna guess there are no more modes because we're back. We did 7, right? So 7 and then back to 1. Yeah, genius. There's no more modes. Otherwise, it'd be 8 scale degrees.
D, F sharp.
Nerd.
Okay. So if you're on an acoustic,
Not you, buddy.
obviously, if you're playing it up here, you just go down here to the 2nd fret because that's the same as the 14th fret and auxiliary.
These guys can play this stuff so with that a bit. Yeah, you just tell the dude just play like everything's butter. Okay.
No charts now. And just see if you can run every one, and then when you get to stumps, pull up that chart and look.
Every modal position.
Where digital dentures at?
My God.
How are they made? The workflow is different than the traditional methods where pictures.
Stop. I'm good.
All right. So that was a lot. I know. I told you this was going to be long. Now let's go into the payoff, the fun part.
Okay. I'm going to hide him. I don't know what else to say. I have to keep that rotated slightly and off out of my, I got to fix the glare. Any suggestions? Can I get is there a matte version of one of these whiteboards? So shiny. Okay. That was cool. We didn't hang any plates. I should have hung a plate every time. If I did, I would have got on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right as we went through every mode. Doesn't matter. This wasn't used. Just ignore it. Ignore it for now. Later. Get into that later. So, awesome. So what you do, I would do is I would sit with this now and go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And then back to 1. And then go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, right? Got to start and end on the 2. Because that's where your brain is going to click with. 3 to 3, 4 to 4. And you've got all your modes right here. Cool. Now, all we did do is build the major scale across the fretboard in an extremely complicated way. But this would be after you just started off with building the major scale, because that's what my other videos are for. They just start you off. How do I build the major scale? What are my half steps lists, right? The 3, 4, 7, 1, B, C, E, F, right? So this is a crazy way to do it, but it taught me something. It really taught me something. It just started to formulate things in my head by doing it. So thank you, Mr. I want to say Elmo. It's not Elmo. Thank you, Mr. Elmore. And I've read something in his comments. The Jellyfish Club. I don't know what it is, but his videos look awesome. You should check him out. If the comments are funny in his comment section, he responds to everybody. He responded to me a couple times today. And he said it was okay if I could use his video. He said that was cool, so that's pretty neat. I think we're done. If you like the Fretboard Escalator and you're still here, sign up at musiclabs.ca, www.musiclabs.ca. You know what? Most people say that at the beginning of the video. And there's no way anyone's still watching right now. But if you are, it'd be great if you could sign up there. That'd be cool. Because why? Why are they going to do that? Because I'll tell you when so the Circle of Fifths dial is in production. You can get it on Amazon, and the Fretboard Escalator had to go undergo a redesign because I came up with a way better idea. And version 2 is more like version 20, is going to be amazing. But because of the tariffs at the moment, it is unobtainium. I cannot put it into production until this 25% from everywhere calms down and we figure that out. So in the meantime, fire your email in there and I'll keep you up to date as to when I start kicking them out the door. All right. See ya.